Hello and welcome to another edition of Defending the Den. I'm your host, Scotty Wazz. How are you guys doing? Glad to see you. Another week in the books. The start of a homestand for the Black Bears. 9 games worth. So games 1 and 2 back home, and a big weekend overall as it was Old Bay night on Saturday. But before we get to Saturday's game, gotta get to Friday's game. And man, the first period on Friday did not go the way of the Black Bears. It seemed after that game up in Northeast, things weren't looking great. So that 7-2 loss on that Saturday. Come back down, decent week of practice from all accounts, and then the first period doesn't happen. So we will we'll kind of take a look at that. The Black Bears kind of turned into a bakery there a little bit with all the turnovers they were making in the first period, but we'll get to that. And it started off pretty quick as just past the 5-minute mark, a bobble at the blue line for the Black Bears turns into a breakaway for Joe Gasperko, and he makes no doubt about it. Makes some quick little hand moves, goes past Ryan Deans, and automatically it's 1-0 for the Maine Nordiques, who are chasing the Black Bears in the standings right now. You look to a few minutes later towards the back half of the period, just a neutral zone situation where the Black Bears just turn it over on an ill-advised pass. Gasperko pulls it back, does a little a toe drag, and then rips it home for his second of the game, 12th of the year. Maine up 2-0. They weren't done there with only 2 minutes left. Damon Myers gets behind the defense, and an outlet pass by Jack O'Brien hits him. Myers goes in and then puts the goal light on, makes it 3-0 for Maine on his 17th. Black Bears trying to figure out what to do in this one, as there was just not a great situation overall. They did kill off a 5-on-3 early, tried to get that momentum back, but fortunately could not muster anything there. So the Black Bears are down 0-3 after going, after the weekend they had. But they start off really quick in the second period, 6-16 in. Michael Sandrick gets a deflection off a Daniel Johnson shot from the point. That lights the lamp for Sandrick's 7th. DJ getting his 13th assist. Jonathan Lanza getting his 11th assist. Black Bears cut it to 3-1. And then 3 minutes and 4 seconds later, Anthony Pelletieri just comes down the right side, rips one home for his 5th of the year. Tanner Duncan getting his 35th assist, extending his point streak. And Harrison Smith getting his 48th assist. Black Bears up by a score, or down by a score of 3-2. And then on an ensuing power play late in the frame, Owen Drury bats home the rebound after a point shot from Liam Doherty, gets out to Jaden Sikura. He puts one on net, and Drury picks up the garbage there, his 8th of the year. Jaden Sikura's 16th assist, Liam Doherty's 15th assist. We are all tied up. The Black Bears put on 21 shots in the middle frame, and the Black Bears tie this one up. 21-3 were the shots in that second period. We go early in the third period now, and Harrison Smith working his magic alongside his line mates of Ryan Franks and Tanner Duncan, taking the zone. A great breakout on their three-part. Smith drops it to Franks, finds Duncan. Duncan has time and space. Somehow, Harrison Smith finds an opening in the middle. The league, at the time, the league leading scorer, finds an opening, gets it in there, puts it home for his 20th of the year. Tanner Duncan's 36th assist, Ryan Frank's 16th assist. Black Bears up 4-3, and this one is the 4th 20-goal scorer for the Maryland Black Bears. That is a record for them in franchise history. But however, moments later after that, things take a little bit of a turn. Harrison Smith gets a spearing major and gets thrown out of the game off of kind of the same thing that Josh Fournette had happen to him last Saturday. Maybe a little bit of an embellishment on that, but you can't give the refs a reason to do that. So Smith gets 5 in a game. Black Bears look to extend their lead during that 5-on-3 as Sam Osei had a chance down low. The puck was loose. The puck went in the net. The Black Bears celebrate. The Becky Lynch's old theme song goes off. Everyone's all cheering. Next thing you know, the referee points to beside the goalie. Apparently there was a whistle. Talking to people on Saturday, no one heard a damn whistle. So I don't know if intent to blow is a thing. It probably isn't. But for some reason, the referee decided that wasn't a goal. Take that as it may. One call then just goes ahead and completely shifts the damn game overall, because then the Black Bears still killing off that 5-minute major penalty. Maine works the puck around. They had a little bit of a bobble at the top end, but then Jack Kelvey just finds a slot in the left side at the circle, rips it home. We are tied up at 4. Try as they might, the Black Bears could not find the go-ahead goal in that, so that pushes it to overtime. You look at it from just taking a step back. I mean, the Black Bears down 0-3. They get a point out of this game. I guess it's okay. But still, against a division rival, you want to go ahead and get everything you can get. Then we go to overtime. Black Bears had a couple of chances. Cole Peters had a chance. Anthony Pelletieri had a chance. Somehow, only one shot on goal for Maryland in the extra frame. But then on a breakout, Maine, they find their way there. Austin Bogard finds the opening, and he's been hot as of late. He gets his 17th of the year to end the game. Maine wins 5-4. Ryan Deans makes 19 saves in the loss. So a big situation there. A lot to be said about this game when they look back at it. And, especially going into a big night like Old Bay night. Got to get their head straight, got to get things going. If there's one game you want to win in the season, it's Old Bay night, because it's the one you want to do. Don't know what that means. But in any case, Black Bears looking to come out of this one with the dub on Old Bay night. The specialty jerseys on there. 3-0 going into Old Bay nights. And it starts a little bit hectic as Lachlan Bomber gets a checking from behind, so he gets a 2 and a 10. However, with 1 second left on his penalty, Ryan Franks has a goal that should have been on the top plays, but, say what you will about the NAHL. They are an organization. Ryan Franks just dipsy-doodles through the middle on the shorthand, gets the goalie out of position, throws him in the goalie goes in the corner. Franks cuts back, puts it off the back bar. That's a goal, his 23rd goal of the year. Tanner Duncan's 37th assist. Sam Osei's 13th assist. Black Bears up 1-0. And, of course, that extends Tanner Duncan's streak now to a 19-game point streak. Just keeps going and going and going. Frantic rest of the period. Both sides getting a lot of chances. 29 combined shots in the first period, with Maryland leading that one 19-10. Go to the second period. Penalty trouble gets in the way for the Black Bears, but they're able to kill them off. They did get a couple power plays. Did not see anything from there. Third period, not a lot going on there. Black Bears holding their ground, keeping things to the outside. Maine not necessarily getting a lot of chances in there. And lo and behold, a 1-0 score holds up as the Black Bears take this one by a score of 1-0. Ryan Dean's perfect 25 for 25. That's his 5th shutout of the year, and he breaks the single-season record for shutouts in Black Bears history. He already set the all-time record with 5 earlier this season. He gets the single season with 5 in a single season, 6 overall. So a big weekend for Ryan Deans in that one, and another Old Bay jersey win. We do not lose on Old Bay night. What does this do for the standings? Well, Black Bears do get 3 out of 4 points. Maine does chip away a little bit. They get another point back, but the Black Bears still up by 15 points on Maine. Maine does have a game in hand, but unless they can get a doubler puck and make those points go up tenfold, not going to happen there. Rochester, they are in third place. They have 3 games in hand on Maryland. They're at 54 points. Northeast in 4th, New Jersey in 5th, Johnstown in 6th, but they have Danbury and Philadelphia right behind them. Elmira and New Hampshire round out the top 10 in the East. So we got Johnstown to look forward to for your Maryland Black Bears this weekend at home. And Maryland looking to have a good time with Johnstown. They've taken 8 points so far, if my math is correct. They've got 4 wins so far. 2 in Johnstown, 2 in Maryland, and now they're back in Maryland before they meet at in the middle of March to end out that whole deal. So we will see here. I mean, the Black Bears have gotten the better of Johnstown a couple times, but again, you can't necessarily, past results aren't indicative of future gains. So we will see what happens there, see what goes on. And, it'll be a fun time had for all, I'm sure, this weekend at against Johnstown. Tickets.marylandblackbears.com. We will have the Howard Huskies team will be out there doing some events, as well as on Saturday, MedStar Appreciation Night happening there as we have a nice little tribute to all of our MedStar partners that happen in the Maryland Black Bears organization. A trade did go down as we get close to the roster freeze here for the NAHL, and the Black Bears make a move as they went ahead and traded Jonathan Lanza, defenseman, to the New Jersey Titans for Christopher Krumich, the Latvian forward for New Jersey. So a trade there that kind of just hits every mark. I mean, you get the Lanza wanted to have a bigger role, according to head coach Clint Milamock, who's also the GM of the team. So Lanza's going to get a bigger role in New Jersey. Krumich is a guy who is a heavy body, big guy, has a lot of junior experience, not only in the East, but also on the international stage as well. So, it's to have that experience there is pretty good. So we will see how it all pans out for him and how it all pans out in the grand scheme of things for the Black Bears there. So should be interesting to see how this all goes and moves on from there. There were rumors of other such moves, but they have not been made official yet. So I will go ahead and err on the side of caution until those moves are made official before jumping the gun on that. You hate to make a retraction there. So we will have that. Stick tuned to the to our little thing here as we got ourselves the Defending the Den podcast. Huzzah, 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 at Defending Den MBB on Twitter, and also the Black Bears official situations there at Black Bears NEHL on Instagram and Facebook. Twitter's been locked out, so you do what you do with that. So all the information will be there when it comes available. How about some interviews for you this week? And we'll start off with assistant coach Russell Smith. Talks about the response from the Black Bears after Friday night's tough overtime loss, as well as the trade the Black Bears made in New Jersey, and also his favorite moment from his high school career at Mount St. Joe in Baltimore. Black Bears assistant coach Russell Smith joining me right now. And Russ, a split of the weekend for you guys. Kind of a tough game on Friday, gritty game on Saturday. Your thoughts on the team performance?
Look, I think getting 3 points against a team that's chasing us closely is always a win for us. Yeah, we didn't play great Friday. Thought we showed some character coming back after a 3-0 first period loss. And, Saturday was the kind of win we needed to show we could do leading in the playoffs here. I mean, I think beating anybody 1-0 is a real accomplishment.
I'm sure when you look at the messaging that happened on Friday, do you think the team followed through on that on Saturday?
I think the boys responded great. I think they got back to what we've been asking them to do and took care of their business, and clearly it showed on the ice.
When you look at the kind of game that was on Saturday, the playoff kind of game, do you think the guys responded well just to that atmosphere, just to that portion of it? Because as we get down to the stretch, they're going to be more and more like that.
Yeah, I think the message all along has been we're trying to create a championship team, and we need to do championship things every night. And sometimes it takes a bump in the road to get them refocused and get our play back to where we want to be at the end of the year, not just right now.
As we stand right now, there was a trade that was made. Christopher Krumich coming in from New Jersey, Jonathan Lanza going out. Your thoughts on the acquisition of Krumich coming in, especially for a guy who's so familiar with the East Division?
Yeah, first, I think Lanza did a great job for us. He's a great player, and I think he'll do well in New Jersey. And I think Crummins is the heavy, gritty, strong type of forward that we need going into playoffs that is, going to be able to play minutes where we need him the most. And like you said, he has experience in our division and experience in the league, and that helps a ton.
You look at this weekend coming up, Johnstown, second weekend of a long homestand for you guys. What has been the message this week going into practice?
It's just keep doing what we're supposed to do and keep building towards the end of the year. Like I said, our message doesn't change. It's just a matter of doing the things we're supposed to do and doing them well.
Now, our alma mater, Mount St. Joseph, is doing the dang work in the MIAA.
Yeah.
What is your best memory from that time at the Mount St. Joe?
Best memory from St. Joe, probably beating DeMath in my junior year in the finals. I'll never forget Ryan Stevens climbing the glass in his full goalie gear at the end of the game. Yeah, that was exciting.
Russell Smith of the Maryland Black Bears.
Daniel Johnson is up next, and he talks a little bit about the weekend that was and the response that his team had, as well as him getting selected for the Top Prospects Tournament.
Daniel Johnson of the Maryland Black Bears joining me right now. And DJ, split of the weekend for you guys, picking up 3 points, but a little rough go of it on Friday.
Yeah.
Kind of responded on Saturday. Your thoughts on the overall weekend?
Yeah, obviously not ideal outcome on Friday. Never like losing a point, especially to a team that's close to you in the standings, but kind of keeping that mentality of winning the weekend. Kind of keeping the mentality that we may have lost one, but if we win in regulation, we get 3 points, they get 2, still kind of win the weekend. So kind of our mentality going into Saturday, and we're happy to make it happen.
Keeping things in the locker room, how do you think you guys responded to the message after Friday's game going into Saturday?
We've had a pretty tight group. We've obviously played well for most of this year and kind of understand that like we're going to have those types of bad nights and kind of not necessarily dwelling on it, but making sure that we come back stronger for tomorrow. It's kind of our mentality going into Saturday.
You got named to the Top Prospects Tournament happening up there in Michigan. Congratulations on that. Your thoughts about going to that and, being seen even more by some scouts up there?
I'm really excited. Obviously, it's an honor. I mean, it doesn't really happen without my teammates. So I've said thank you to them for that. But I'm excited to go up to Michigan, kind of represent the Black Bears and kind of represent myself, and hopefully have a good weekend for myself.
Now, you do have one person in the room who has some experience at Top Prospects. As Jaden Sikura kind of talked to you about it a little bit about what the expectation is going up there.
Yeah, no, he's obviously me and him actually sit next to each other. So I talked to him a little bit about going up there, and he's been kind of helping me through things and kind of helping some of those guys that have been in Top Prospects before, kind of talking to those guys, kind of see what their experience was like, and they've all enjoyed it, so kind of looking forward to it.
Before we get there, you got Johnstown this weekend back at home, another weekend at home. What's been the, just the mentality going into this weekend from practices?
All games are important. I know it's easy for sometimes these middle of year games to kind of get away from the importance of them, but we look at all 2 points the same, no matter if it's the first team in the division or second team or last team in the division. So kind of looking at it as 4 points, trying to get the sweep, and obviously we like playing in front of our own fans, so kind of trying to do a job for them.
Daniel Johnson of the Maryland Black Bears.
Thank you.
Another Top Prospect tournament goer is going to be Cole Peters, and we talk a little bit about that in this segment, as well as what he thought of the weekend and the response from the team.
Cole Peters of the Maryland Black Bears joining me right now. And Cole, 3 out of 4 points against Maine this weekend. Your thoughts on the performance of the team?
Yeah, I think, we responded good after Friday night losing in OT. It was a slow start, but it was good to get 3 out of 4 points.
Do you think you guys executed on Saturday what was kind of said after Friday's game?
Yeah, I thought that we responded well. We took it among us and the team and figured it out and came out and performed.
As you kind of seen this team evolve throughout the season, how do you think where you guys are at right now? How do you think you guys match up against the rest of the division and possibly the rest of the league?
I think we match up pretty good. I just think there's always time and time to improve, and I think we match up good.
You got named to the Top Prospects Tournament. Congratulations on that for the Select Blue team. Your thoughts on that, and do you have any expectations going into that tournament?
Just play my game, and I'll be happy there. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for it.
At least you'll have a teammate there in Ryan Deans with that, and then and the rest of the guys to go against. But before we get there, you got Johnstown this weekend, looking to get 4 points out of there. What's been the message this week in practice?
Just compete again. We show up every day, and should end up good for us.
Looking at the Super Bowl ahead of that this weekend, your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Who do you got going? Who's winning it all?
Well, I'm a Bills fan, so I want the Seahawks to win. Can't stand the Pats, so yeah.
Cole Peters of the Maryland Black Bears.
Brady Ains up next, and he talks a little bit about the fan base in Maryland, how that's been helping the team along, as well as his development in the NA and looking ahead to Johnstown.
Brady Ains of the Maryland Black Bears joining me right now. And Brady, 3 points this weekend against Maine. Tough go of it on Friday, but you guys got it done on Saturday for the full 2. What's your thoughts on the weekend?
Yeah, Friday was tough. Obviously slow start, but I'm proud of the way we climbed back on Friday, but obviously not ideal to lose that. But really came back Saturday firing like a playoff structure, and we really grinded there, so I'm glad we got that out.
How do you think you guys responded to that playoff atmosphere? It seemed you guys, talk about grinding it out. It seemed like you guys really got the upper hand on that.
Yeah, like feeding off the crowd and everything. It just, yeah, it was good, and I'm glad we got it.
As the season's gone along, how do you think about your maturity in this league and being able to adapt to everything in the NAHL?
Yeah, obviously a fast, skilled league, and just try to play my game every night, whether that's heavy or just whatever the team needs. So, yeah, I'm proud of the way I'm playing and proud of the way the team's been playing.
You guys got Johnstown this week, another home weekend. How do you feel about the home crowd and being able to feed off of them?
Yeah, fans bring it every night, and super pumped to play in front of these guys every night. So, yeah, it's always a great time playing here, and we got to feed off that.
What's the message going into this week against Johnstown to make sure you guys get secure 4 points on the weekend?
Yeah, obviously play our game. We have a ton of talent, so just playing our game, and hopefully we'll get the 2 wins.
Brady Ains of the Maryland Black Bears.
And finally, Jaden Sikura joining us back-to-back weeks for him as he talks a little bit about the weekend, talks about his experience at the Top Prospects last year when he was part of the Northeast Generals, and looking ahead to Johnstown this week.
Jaden Sikura of the Maryland Black Bears joining me right now. And Jaden, split of the weekend for you guys. You get 3 points out of a possible 4, though. Your thoughts overall about the team performance?
I think we got off to a slow start on Friday and then came back, but let penalties get the best of us there in the third and in OT. So pretty happy though overall. We got 11 to 12 points versus Maine throughout the year. So
you look at what happened on Friday night. It seemed a little bit downtrodden to you guys. What was the message Friday, and do you think you guys executed on Saturday?
Yeah, I think just the problems on Friday was within ourselves, so we figured that out and played well Saturday.
You played for Team East last year at the Top Prospects tournament. That's coming around the corner. What was your experience like last year at that tournament?
Yeah, it was great playing with other guys in the division and in front of a lot of eyes. So just trying to do the best you can and make more of a name for yourself.
What kind of advice are you giving to the guys who are going this year?
Just play your game. Don't try to be selfish or anything. Just play how you play, and hopefully someone likes you.
Johnstown this weekend, another home weekend for you guys. So expecting an excited crowd. What's been the big talking point at practice to make sure you guys are ready and get 4 points out of Johnstown?
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to get all 12 points first and throughout the year. So just going into the weekend, get back to where we were before break, and yeah.
Well, you get a nice little break for yourself as you get a box combo from Raising Cane's for Player of the Week. There you go, Jaden Sikura of the Maryland Black Bears.
Thanks to Russ, Daniel, Cole, Brady, and Jaden for their time, and of course the Black Bears front office for their repeated allowing me to go up there and do that kind of thing. Let's get to some alumni that we don't necessarily get around to, and we'll start off with Luke Janis, who's playing up at Lakehead University. He's got 3 goals and 4 assists in 18 games as a freshman up there with the Lakers. So had a quick start and kind of just now learning back the game again and the college level. So good on Luke. We got Quinn Wormuth, who's playing for the Allen Americans again. He's got 4 goals and 11 points in 34 games down there in Texas, including a goal this past Sunday in Allen's defeat against Rapid City. Luke Salem, also in the ECHL. He's got a goal and 10 assists this year with the Utah Grizzlies and had an assist last Wednesday against the Greenville Swamp Rabbits. As a little downside here for the Utah Grizzlies, 4 losses in a row, and that's their final season too. So I'm sure they want to pick it up for the end of the year. Cooper Black in Charlotte, he's 17-7-2 with a .254 goals against and a .900 save percentage. He's got 2 wins in his last 3 games, so good pickup for him there. We'll see what he does, moving forward. I think he's got 1 more year with the Panthers, and we'll see if their goaltending depth changes at all. Alongside him is Wilmer Skoog, who's got 16 goals and 28 points, setting career highs. No. His first year in pro hockey, he set career highs there. So he's close, though. He's moving on there, but 28 points in 42 games for Wilmer Skoog. His countryman, Isaac Nielsen, really tearing it up there in Tingsryd. He's got 20 goals and 32 points in 31 games there for that. So a huge, we knew Isaac is a goal scorer. So he's proven that there in the pros there in Sweden. Bradley Jenyon is playing back home. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists in 24 games with Manchester, including an assist recently on the 24th of January in a loss against the Sheffield Steelers. And also playing in that same country, Josh Nixon, playing for the Guilford Flames, 5 goals and 5 assists on the year. Hasn't scored, unfortunately, since the new year, so we will see if he can't get things rolling there in Guilford from that. So there we go, folks. That's a little bit of a high-speed lowdown on the people that are most of the pros. I think we got a couple guys we're missing, but even so, there you go. That's it. That's all. Thank you all for listening. Appreciate it. Hopefully see you guys down there at the rink this weekend. Should be a good one. Again, tickets.marylandblackbears.com. Johnstown is always a fun weekend to experience, so should be a good one there. That's it. That's all. I'm Scotty Wazz. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Defending the Den, part of the Face Off Hockey Show Media Faction and Podcast Monsters. Check us out online, Defending Den MBB, and also clutchandcrabhockey.com for all the media availability and road game reports. Won't have any in February for road games because they're all at home. So should be a good time. But until then, you guys enjoy your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you at the rink. Peace.